Ni hao, Ippy and Grace here. Today we're gonna make you a Chinese American dish. We're gonna make you egg foo young. This dish is very popular in Hawaii. This is something you can find at any Chinese restaurant here. It's super simple. It can be made vegetarian. Hey, let's pay attention. No, it can be made vegetarian. It can be made pescatarian. It can be made carnivorian. You can put anything in it. I'm gonna teach you the base, how we make it, the technique we use to cook it, and then from there, your imagination can run wild. The thing we're gonna do is get a pot on the stove, put some salt in it with some water, and get it boiling. Okay guys, so this is a very easy dish, as I said. What we're gonna be putting in it is some cabbage, some onions, some carrots. Traditionally it has mung bean sprouts, but we don't have mung bean sprouts. We're gonna add some sesame oil, some white pepper, and obviously eggs for the egg in the foo young. Okay, so I'm cutting up my onion first. You don't have to, but I like to have our vegetables par cooked before we put it in the egg foo young. That way you don't have to really rely on the vegetables cooking before the egg. There is a technique where you don't have to parboil it, but I'm gonna show you this way. I think it's much easier. We're gonna julienne. This is called the julienne on the onion. We're gonna put the onion in the water first, in the boiling water first. Oi, oi. Now I put the onion first because the onion takes the longest to cook. Well, they all kind of take quick, but I like to put the onion in first to give the water a little flavor. We're gonna let that boil, and while that's going, we're gonna cut our cabbage. So we're gonna take half of our cabbage. I cut it in half. Then we slice out the center, and then you just cut, just like this. Notice how I have it sitting up. Fingers curled. Safety first. Ah. Okay. I'm joking. So now we're gonna cut the carrot. We cut it on a bias. And we're just gonna cut thin pieces. Doesn't have to be perfect, but try to cut it as thin as you can. This is how we're gonna make almost like a shredded carrots. If you have a food processor that does it, oops, you can do that. Or if you don't, you can just use your knife like this. Okay. And then you take a few pieces. And we have some shredded carrots. Okay, then we're gonna add our shredded carrots to the water and our cabbage. And we're just gonna cook it real quick. This is only gonna take a few minutes. The goal is to, again, have our have these vegetables cooked. Now you don't have to only use this. You can, if you want to use the bean sprouts, you can. If you want to, you know, any vegetables that you want to throw in here, you can. If you don't want to parboil it, you don't have to. Cooking rules are always made to be broken. And you can see us get that off of the heat, just like that. It's done. You don't want the vegetables to be soggy or soft. You want them to still have a little bit of a bite to them, but you want them to be cooked. So you're gonna find that middle ground. And like I said, it only takes a couple of minutes. We're gonna drain it, and then we're gonna cool it off. Right into a colander. And then cold water. We want to cool this off, obviously, because when we add the eggs, we don't want the eggs to cook before we put it in the pan. So you're gonna cool this, you're gonna rinse this under cold water until all of these vegetables are nice and cool. you rinse it and it's cool, we want to get some of this water, as much water out of these vegetables as you can. So what you do is you put another bowl on top and you just squeeze. Just like that. You can see all the water's coming out. And you just keep doing that until you can get as much of this water out as possible. So now we're gonna season. This is white pepper. About half a teaspoon. This is sesame oil. And I will put the quantities in the description below. And some salt. Give this a good mix. This part is important. This is what kind of gives it the flavor and what separates this from, you know, just a basic vegetable omelet. This adding these flavors into it. Now we're gonna add our eggs. One egg makes about one patty, so keep that in mind. Now when you mix, you don't want to whip it, okay? This is really important. You want to fold this in. We're gonna mix. I mean, we're not. You know, you're mixing, but you're not whipping it like you would when you're making an omelet or anything like that. You want to just kind of gently fold all of this together. Make sure the eggs are mixed good. Egg foo young is, you know, there's mostly vegetables. There are eggs in it, and it is like an omelet, but it's mostly vegetables. You want the vegetables to be the main attraction in this dish. Now, if you were to do shrimp or any of the meat, like I was telling you, we would cook it first and then put it in, or we would saute it in the pan and then put this over. But you want it to be kind of thick, almost looking like a, kind of like a slurry, I guess, but nice and thick like that. We're gonna make a sauce for our egg foo young, kind of like a gravy. It's really simple. We're gonna be using 3 cups of chicken broth. Oops, we're spilling a little. Okay. And then everything else is all equal, all the same. So we're doing 2 tablespoons of sugar. Excuse me, sous chef. This is 2 tablespoons of white vinegar. 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, or shoyu as we call it here. And finally, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. Now when we add the cornstarch, we're gonna have to really mix it well. The cornstarch will clump, and until it starts, it won't thicken until it heats up. Oh, don't get it all over your kitchen like me. And as this heats up and starts boiling, it's gonna start thickening up. So we'll be back when it's boiling. It's at a boil, we're gonna put it down to medium, let it come to a simmer, and we're gonna cook it until it gets nice and thick. Okay, so now to cook the egg foo young, we're gonna add a little, this is just canola oil. We're gonna add a little bit of oil right into there. Okay, and we're gonna let that get hot. We're gonna get real hot. So now that our oil's hot, we're gonna get our ladle out, okay? You wanna mix it because the eggs will start to kind of separate from your vegetables. We're gonna get our ladle, and the key is to make sure, I'm using my hands, but you know, they're clean. Make sure that all the vegetables are inside of your ladle. That way you'll get a nice round egg foo young. Then we're gonna spread this oil out a little bit. Now I usually do it in a wok when I do it at the restaurant, but because I want it to be easy for you guys at home, I'm gonna do it in this non-stick pan. Okay. And now we're gonna bring the heat down a little bit. We want it to be hot in the beginning so it fries it, it holds the form, and then you're gonna bring it down to about medium heat, because this will take a few minutes on each side to actually cook. We're gonna keep moving it, keep moving it. And once it's kind of formed, I like to flip it and get the other side cooked a little, and then start going from there. So we're gonna give it the flip. Wow! And just like that, now at this point, we're just gonna slowly let this egg foo young cook on each side. It's gonna be about 2 minutes on that side, and we'll flip it again. So, so you don't have to put as much egg. If you don't like as much egg, you like your egg foo young more vegetable-y or whatever, you know, you can add less egg. If you wanted to do the shrimp or you wanted to do the pork or something, we would have sauteed it first and then add the egg, or pre-cook it and then add it into your vegetables. Either way works just fine. I'm gonna go take care of my sous chef because she's whining over there, and we'll come back and flip this. Beautiful, you see that? It's starting to, the insides are kind of cooked, and yep, insides are kind of cooked. The eggs are all done, the eggs are cooked, the vegetables are nice and caramelized. From here, we're just gonna slide right off onto our other egg foo young patty. You got a good shot of that? Camera woman? Camera lady? Okay. Getting close. Ooh. Okay, and just like that, we have egg foo young. Very simple, very easy. You know, like we've said in the beginning, it's kind of like a Chinese omelet. There's a little bit less egg, more vegetables. Taste test. I always burn myself, so I'm gonna be careful. That's tasty. Again, variations. This is the base, guys. This is just a technique I'm teaching you. So you want to use different vegetables. You want to use meat. You want to cook with a sous chef that yells at you all day. Any way you want to do it, it's up to you. This is all free form. This is just a technique I want you guys to follow. It's really tasty, really good. And thank you guys for watching this video. If you like this video, you can subscribe down in this area. The recipe will be in the, what is it called? Description bar. Thank you guys again. Sorry it took so long for us to get to this video. I know it was only a little over a week, but that feels like a month in quarantine time, so I get it. So we'll try to make some more, you know, bring them a little closer together. My name's Ippy Aiona. Thank you guys for joining us, and I'll see you soon. And we're back. YouTube amateur here, guys. I know I just said bye and said thank you and everything. I forgot our sauce that we were making. Hello. So this sauce started thickening up already, as you can see. We boiled it, simmered it for a while. It's nice and thick. Now this sauce, if you guys eat it on its own, you might say, tastes a little odd. But if you eat it with your egg foo young, it's like, wow, this is good. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it on my half-eaten egg foo young that I already did an egg, don't say it's ugly. That I did an exit on, and I'm gonna show you guys. Well, let's just put the gravy. Once your sauce is a little thick, go ahead and pour that over. Get your half-eaten egg foo young. Okay, you can. I am. Okay, thanks guys. I already said thank you, but I forgot to put the sauce. The sauce makes it. I'm not gonna taste it again because I already ate half of it, so thanks again. Bye-bye.